You probably know a person who will always choose to stay home while the whole world is noisy, moving, colliding. They prefer to remain in their own space, not because they're lazy and not because they avoid people. Sometimes a whole inner story lies behind it, psychological, emotional, and sometimes neural. The love for home seems like a simple habit, but in reality, it is a subtle peculiarity of the psyche. And the most interesting thing is that those who feel better within their own home space rarely resemble each other. They are united by the peace that four walls give, but the reasons they return there are surprisingly different. Allow me to tell you about this quietly and honestly today. There are people whom life has gradually led to solitude, difficult conversations, emotional losses, chronic stress, toxic environments. All of this overloads the nervous system, raises cortisol levels, depletes inner resources. For such people, home turns into a place where the noise of the world finally drops to a tolerable level, where the brain stops being in a mode of constant defense, where they can process what they long postponed and regain the ability to breathe freely. They're not avoiding interaction, they just need to recover before going out into the world again. There are the truest introverts, but introversion is not just a word to describe quiet people who choose to stay home. It is a special neural wiring. Their brain processes social stimuli more deeply, holds emotions longer, reacts more subtly to the behavior of others. Because of this, they tire faster from the external world. Therefore, home is their recovery system, a place where the level of stimulation decreases and the inner battery recharges. Here, they can be themselves, without a role, without expectations, without the need to conform. There are also creative souls, people for whom home is a source of strength and inspiration. When attention is not torn apart by external signals, the so-called default mode network is activated, the brain area responsible for creativity, deep insights, and the ability to see the world from a different angle. That is why, in silence, ideas, forms, and meanings are born. Home becomes a laboratory where thoughts sprout only in the absence of noise and in the calm of one's own world. They create masterpieces. And there are those whose nervous system is sensitive to chaos, and they dislike the noise that throws them off balance. They feel uncomfortable not because of people, but because of sensory overload. Bright lights, crowds, sharp sounds, unpredictable movements. The brains of such people work in an enhanced filtering mode, and this tires them faster than physical work. Therefore, home for them is a quiet harbor where the inner world stops defending itself and finally opens up. But whatever the reason for the love of home, all these people share one thing. They have found a way to preserve peace. And yet, it is important to remember that peace and isolation always stand side by side. If you stay in silence for too long, it stops healing and begins to drain energy. The neural connections responsible for curiosity and motivation become passive. Thoughts go in circles, and what once helped can imperceptibly turn into a trap where a person stops feeling the taste of life. Therefore, the truth lies in balance. Loving your home is natural. Valuing solitude is wise, but it is important that it does not become the only form of existence. Sometimes it is enough to step outside the home for a walk, touch the living light, talk to someone who feels safe, and the brain will switch back to growth mode. Home should be a place of strength, but not that boundary beyond which contact with life is lost. And now, the main question. Which type do you belong to? Did life lead you to silence, or are you an introvert with a finely tuned psyche, a creative soul in need of depth, or a person tired of a chaotic world? Or perhaps several of these facets converge within you.